Walnut Creek Police Department, and I'm chatting with Pat Duggan. Now, you are a police canine handler, right?
Yes, I am.
So talk to us about what we have going on here today.
Well, Walnut Creek Police Department currently has 2 new dogs, 2 new canines, and we're going through their basic training. So they run through about a 4-week period after we purchased them, where they're getting ready to go out on patrol.
And we can hear some of them are eager to start training now. Can hear them barking in the background.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how do you get these dogs? Where do they come from? What's the process?
Our dogs typically they come from a sport background in Europe. And the only reason they come from Europe is financial. It's more cost effective for us to purchase a dog that's been trained there in one of these sports, bring them over to the United States, and then we can kind of select them and say, out of those dogs, which ones are going to be good for police work. And if a dog doesn't work out, we're able to send it right back, versus having a dog that we've raised from a puppy and then we find out that we've got a really well-trained puppy.
Okay.
So we purchase those dogs that have a sport background, and then we go through a training process. It usually takes about 4 weeks to get them ready for patrol, and then later on we'll go through another 4-week period where we train them for narcotics.
Okay, now we're in that second step here where we're training them before patrol?
Yeah, the first 4 weeks. So we're training them for patrol. Hopefully they'll be ready to go in just another day or so.
Okay.
And they'll be out on the street.
What are some of the training exercises?
We do a few different things with the dogs. We're teaching them to do searching inside of a building. So in a sports setting, they're searching out on a field. So you know the dog has the ability to run behind a blind. It almost looks like a tent, and look for someone. We take that and we bring it into a building setting and say, okay, well, we don't have tents here, so we're going to have to search through rooms and look for a bad guy. Similarly, in the outside area, we teach them to look through larger outside areas for people that are hidden. People also hide up in trees and in elevated areas, so we teach the dog how to alert to that. Some non-conventional areas that they wouldn't have seen in that sport background.
Okay.
We also teach them how to deploy out of a car. We spend a lot of time working with developing a bond between the handler and the dog, because they had that bond in Europe when they were trained for sport. They come over here, it smells different, there's less humidity, the people don't speak the language correctly. Yeah. And so we spend a long time teaching the handler how to work with that dog and to figure out how that dog might have been trained before so that they can connect and work efficiently together.
So talk to us about the importance of having these canines as a part of your team now.
Okay. So it's of great importance to us. It improves the officer safety for the officers in the department, as well as provides a great service to the community. A lot of times the dogs will be called out for building searches when we have alarms at night, things like that. The dog can search that building much more efficiently than a person can. It finds a suspect quicker. It also makes things a lot safer for us as officers. I like to use the analogy of hide and go seek when you're a little kid, where if you were the person that was it and you hid there, you always knew when someone was coming, and as they got closer and were going to find you, you knew ahead of time they were. It's the same thing for bad guys when police are searching a building. They hear us coming. The only difference is they might not want to go back to jail, so they may prepare some sort of an assault or defense on us, which having the dog go in and search just prevents. It keeps us safe. The dogs are also trained for trailing. So by that, we do scent discrimination trailing. So if I gave the dog your shoe, he would follow your odor to its conclusion. And in the past, we've used that to find lost people, not only suspects, but also suicidal persons or elderly or Alzheimer's patients that have wandered off. It gives us an ability to find people that we simply wouldn't have otherwise.
Wow, so it's really an valuable resource.
It is a huge resource.
Yeah. Okay, well, on the lighter note, maybe some people at home are wondering, where do they go when they're off duty, such as yourself?
So our dogs come home with us. It's a good for their socialization to be away from work. That off-duty part sometimes is a little tricky because the dogs don't recognize that they're off-duty. It takes a little while for them to come home and kind of unwind and realize that I'm not looking for a bad guy in your house, I'm not looking for a bad guy in your yard, and just kind of relax a little bit. But they're part of our family. They're definitely not pets. When they come home, they have to rest and be ready to work again, but they stay with us.
So is there anything that people should know when they maybe approach you on the street and you have your dog? What would we want them to know?
We love that the dog is a connection between us and the public, and would stress that, especially with the newer dogs, they are still all new to this. So if you see us and would like to talk about the dog, please, it's our favorite topic. We want to talk dog. Yeah. But don't rush up on the dog. Don't come up and assume, even if he looks friendly, don't assume he is, because the dog's picture might be a little bit different from what yours is at the moment. But please hit us up. It's a favorite topic. Love to talk dog.
Okay, well, Pat, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.